What's up, friends? I wanted to jump on and talk to you guys a little bit about what happened to me last night. I went to the ER for some things. I'll get to that maybe at the end, but I was there from 3 to 10 last night, and I want to start off by thanking all of the hospital staff there for doing what they do. It was like a war zone. It was disturbing and pretty horrifying. Everybody was coming in with stomach issues. They were vomiting, throwing up. Nobody really had a cough, but I'll spare you the details. But it was very, very troubling. And as I was sitting there, I was within earshot of triage and checking in and people that were there running vitals on people, and it was all pretty well consistent that the people that were there were um, they they were having the same symptoms as my mother-in-law a week ago, and I don't know if God sent me there because all the scans and everything they did on me came back negative. Um, but I will say, um, you know, my mother-in-law was, you know, fully convinced she was dying. She was going to just die at home. She didn't want to go to the hospital. And as uh, as she was getting sick, we didn't think it was COVID because she was just throwing up. She didn't think it was anything more than maybe this some sort of flu bug or something. Anyway, uh, to get to my point, the she was bad. Like day 6, she hadn't eaten, couldn't drink much. She was really weak, foggy in her head, but was kind of almost in a sense making final arrangements, I think, in her mind, and it kind of freaked us out. And so, a few days prior to that, I had received my ivermectin in a local pharmacy that I totally overpaid for, but we decided to just give it to her. In fact, here it is. It's it's just a pill. Um, 24 hours later, from feeling like she was dying, she could eat again. She was really weak, but by day 2, she she knew that she was getting well. Like I think at that point she was just trying to get back her energy from not eating for a week, and it was um, it was scary to see her in that state, but it was really scary to see people that were like really that next level, um, violently throwing up and blood. I didn't see the blood, but thankfully, uh, but all that, um, I had my wife run home and get me some HCQ, which uh, we had also ordered along with the ivermectin. And that is something that you can take if you know you're going to be in um, a real bad environment for COVID. So it kind of acts as preemptively to keep your body from taking on a virus. So all of these things, I literally had on me. I even had the ivermectin, and I couldn't help but feel like I'm sitting there with the cure in my hand for these people. And I talked to the doctor there, and she listened well, but like, you know, I can't imagine taking medical advice from a hardwood floor guy. That's silly. But most of the boots on the ground that are there in the hospital, they can't make those decisions. Their hands are tied. They have to obey and run the protocol that the hospital gives them, which you know is dangerous. You know, remdesivir is dangerous. It's dangerous to your kidneys. It's like 2% effective, and you know, when you're ventilated, there's all kinds of problems with that. And you know, I know they're doing. Everybody's there is doing what they can to help people, but I'm trying to tell my friends, you guys, get this stuff in your medicine cabinet before it comes into your house because it could save you from ever getting to the point where you would go to the hospital. And if you're really really bad off, I mean, like my mother-in-law was, the next day she was eating. You know, she wasn't back to normal, but she was at least eating again. So I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep it short. I have so much more to say that I haven't said. Um, Obviously, I was praying the whole time I was there, listening to the people coming in with their symptoms. And I will say that I want to say at least three-quarters of everything that I heard, people were all vaccinated there that were coming in. I can't say all of them, but I don't recall anyone ever saying no to that, which is I couldn't catch every interview, and obviously I wasn't there spying or trying to be conspiratorial or anything. I just wanted to, you know, hear what these people were going through, and I was praying for them. Being in there as long as I was, you know, I prayed for a lot of people, and I wish that I had the power to give them the medication that I literally had in my bag that my wife brought me, but um, that you know that wasn't an option. And I still pray for several of those people. You know, today they've gone through my head, my mind many times. So, oh, thank you, hospital workers. But guys, we need to be able to take some of these things into our own hands because their hands are tied. They cannot use these drugs, and these drugs work. They work, and there's not complications like you know with other drugs. At least very minimal, if any. So if you've got to ask your primary care doctor, go ahead, but they'll probably laugh at you. And at the end of the day, it's your life. So I recommend getting out ahead of it. Get HCQ, get ivermectin. Period. You can get them for under $100, both delivered to you. And I've posted on my Facebook the link where I got mine. So I don't know what else I could say or do, but tell you guys, get this medicine in your house. Don't let it get out in front of you that far because you'll never get the medication in time to keep you out of the hospital or from dying. So prayers up, you know, God is still in control, but I think He calls us to also be wise. So I guess that's what I'm recommending to you guys. All right, I'm out.